Well, hi everyone. This is Kareen from Kareen's VSG, and I'm coming to you to give you an update on my plastic surgery recovery. I guess I should start with my stats. Let's see. I should start earlier than my stats because I don't think I've ever said this, but maybe I have. I don't know. I've done a lot of videos. So, as you can tell, I just got out of the shower and I need to color my hair because I got a streak going. So, anyway, so I'll fluff it up. So 2016 found me with a unique medical condition that was called tachycardia ventricular, whatever they call it. Anyway, it was anyway. My heart was racing and it wouldn't stop. And so that year I went down to Abbott Northwestern Minneapolis and had an ablation done where they went up through my vein up to my heart and they zapped an extra nerve that I was born with that I didn't know about. It did explain a lot, though, because my whole life I was heat sensitive. I couldn't run. I could run as a child, but as I got older, I could not run because I would get so winded. I'd feel like an elephant, and track and field was just a miserable day for me. Hated track and field because of the heat and the exhaustion. So anyway, I had that done in 2016, but then the cardiologist suggested that I have bariatric surgery to lose the weight that I was carrying. Based mainly because of my family history. My family history is saturated with diabetes. The only family member, well, let's see. So both my parents had diabetes. Four of my siblings have diabetes or had diabetes. Three of my grandparents had diabetes. And I think most of my aunts and uncles have diabetes and some of my cousins. So because of that history, I actually lost my sister to complications of diabetes. Her kidney stopped functioning, and so she was on dialysis for the last 7 years of her life, and she passed away at 47. So I didn't want that happening to me. So I didn't have diabetes when I went in, but he suggested, because of my strong family history and where my body was headed, that I have bariatric surgery. So that was 2016. I think July I had the surgery. And so that fall, I started counseling and nutritional counseling for bariatric surgery at St. Mary's Essentia Health Clinic in Duluth. And I did 8 months of counseling. So for some reason, it went longer than they expected. I don't know why, but I finally just asked the question, when is this going to happen? I was only supposed to have 6 months of counseling, and now I'm on my 8th month, and what's going to happen? And so they finally scheduled the surgery for May 4th of 2017. So May 4th, 2017, I went in and had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. When I started my journey, my highest weight was 240 pounds. That was my highest recorded weight for me. When I started the journey in 2016, I was 224. When I started and I lost about 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Anyway, I think I went down to 217, so 7 pounds. And I kept myself within that range of 7 pounds for that 8 months of counseling. And when I started the pre-liquid diet, when I started that, I was 217. When I went after my pre-liquid diet, I had gotten down to 204. I went a week long. I had a week-long liquid diet, and I went down to 204. So at surgery, I was 204, and since then, my current weight now is 144. So, but my current weight before my plastic surgery was about 149 to 151. I was hovering there, staying pretty much in that range for months and months and months and months, for the last year and a half, I guess. And so, now I'm at 144 after this surgery. My lowest weight, though, was 137. I got that when I did the CHIP program, which is Complete Health Improvement Program. If you've not heard of that, that is a program that can reverse diabetes and heart disease. And so I took it because I figured that I needed to learn how to eat differently, and it was very beneficial to me. I haven't followed all of the principles of it, but I hope to. I hope that's where I'm trending. So I don't eat a lot of meat anymore. I eat mostly plant-based stuff. I'm trying to cut back on my carbs, which is the hardest thing, because everything we eat seems to be, it has carbs in it for some reason. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. That's where my story is. So then, the last part of this last year, I went to see a surgeon to look at my stomach, which was hanging down over my thighs, and it was causing major rashes underneath my stomach and on my belly button. And so in my belly button. And so yes, he suggested that I qualified for the surgery, that insurance would pay for it. So my insurance paid for the panniculectomy 100%. Granted, I had spent my deductible for the year, which was $2,700 already, going to the doctor and all of that stuff during the year. So they paid for the whole surgery. That's part of the surgery. But I needed to pay for the muscle repair on top. And I kind of thought when I did the muscle repair on top that I'd be able to decide what I wanted done. But he made the decision that with bariatric surgery patients, he's found that doing fleur-de-lis does not benefit people who have had bariatric surgery. So all he did was the muscle repair, and he replaced my belly button. So and now so that surgery was 12/31. That was the last day of the year. So New Year's Eve, I was having surgery, and I was in a hotel that night, but not having any fun. I literally was passed out for all of the night. And then in the morning, we came home. I did not need to stay in the hospital. It was an in and out procedure. And so that was kind of nice, but I'm listening to Grace Gets Gastric on hers and how they kept her down there for so long. And granted, it was out of country, and I understand that, but they checked on her every single day. And I was just like, why didn't I have to stay in the hospital? But literally they sent me home. They said it was an in and out procedure, and they sent me home. Now, granted, I did not have the back lift, and I did not have the fleur-de-lis, and I did not have the breast lift. So, but the muscle repair and the panniculectomy is the things I had done. And that was on 12/31. So I am a month and a half almost out from that surgery. I still have some pain from the surgery right smack dab in the middle of my stomach. I have some pain when I move around, and I'm not sure what that is, whether it's the muscle repair yet that is still recovering, or if it's the belly button. All I know is I'm not real happy with my belly button. I can stick my finger in this far into my belly button, and it's not a flat belly button like Patrice has made, and more than mama. It's not like that at all. It's deep, and it's round, and it's really deep. And so I'm kind of concerned about that, because I know I'm still swollen. So I'm kind of been waiting to call the doctor on that. But if that stays that way, I'm definitely going to have him look at that and see if he can fix that, because I do not want to have rashes in there, because it's a deep hole. I mean, and really the belly button it's about that big. I'd say it's about a half-inch round. So there's not a lot of, I mean, if I lean over like this, it's pretty much covered. So anyway, my compression garment that they gave me has started to wear out, meaning that it's stretching out. And so I don't feel like it's doing as much as it did. So I've been looking around for something else to wear. But, and then another thing that I have done since they took the surgical tape off, the surgical glue, is that what they call it? At my last visit, since they took that off, I also went online and I bought several different kinds of scar remover. I went on Amazon, and so these are several. Whoop, sorry, I dropped one. This first one I bought was called Scar Away, and this is just a small pad, and I don't know if you can see it. It's like I'd say maybe 3 inches by 1.5 inches, maybe. Anyway, and so to use this across my scar, I needed 8 of them. So I still have them, and they say these work really good. And I'll tell you, when I had my hysterectomy, I used these. I used bigger ones than this, but I had an 8-inch cut from that. And literally, I could not see where that scar was. I couldn't find it. It was very hard to see. So I highly believe in this stuff, and I think it does work. And not only that, but it also protects you from irritation from your garments that you have on. So these did not work because they're too small, because I had to use 8 of them. So I bought these. Let's see. I have these on right now. I bought this one. I hope it's not backwards, but I bought this one, and this one is 3 to 6 months on existing scars, 8 weeks on new scars, and a course of therapy. So this was this is for silicone scar removal sheets. It's for C-sections and other scars, but it's a 5.5 inch thing. So they're longer. So I only had to use 2 of them plus one of the other little ones. They do have a tape, like a roll of tape, and I wish I had ordered that because that probably would go all the way across. But these silicone things are really, really good. And then I did buy these, which are a little bit different. I bought these, and so I'm hoping that when I'm done with these, I can use these. I don't know how long I'll have to use it, but it's long-lasting and proven results on old and new scars. I better put my glasses on, sorry. I have new glasses too, if you noticed. I've got new glasses. Long-lasting and proven, 8 weeks on new scars, 3 to 5 months on old scars. So if you're going to try to get rid of old scars, you need to put it on for 3 to 5 months. And I think the last time I did this with my hysterectomy, I kept them on there for at least 3 months, I think, until the irritation went away, until they healed, and I could take them off and not worry about my clothing irritating them. So improves, heals, and lightens scars caused by accidents, C-sections, cosmetic surgery, acne, burns, keloids, and more. Advanced technology mimics the natural barrier function of skin. So I highly recommend these. It really does make it feel better when you're wearing clothes and your compression garments. So that's one thing. Another thing, this is kind of like, I should say this is like my hints and technique or tips that I've learned. Another thing is wear comfortable clothes. Don't plan on going anywhere for 2 to 3 weeks. I can't believe some of you guys are going out and doing stuff because I was in so much pain that I literally felt I would have just doubled over. So try not to go out if you can, especially that first week. That first week was really, really bad for me. So try not to do that. Another thing that I have now since my bariatric surgery, and you know how they tell us to use smaller plates and stuff like that. So I got this at a rummage sale. I got 12 of them, or 14. They were a friend of mine's, and I went to her rummage sales. These are 4 ounces. So this is a half a cup. And then I had these, what do they call them, ramicas? I had these that I had bought before my surgery, and these hold 8 ounces if you have it, heaping. I use these for just about everything I eat. That's especially liquidy or like applesauce or anything like. I use these 4 ounces, 8 ounces. It forces me not to eat too much. Even when I decide to have ice cream, they go in here. So 4 ounces of ice cream, that's not a lot, but you're still getting that ice cream flavor, that craving that you have, but you're not eating a lot. And when you're done with it, you don't go and get more. Okay, so I use these a lot. I have 12 of these little ones, and I think I have 8 of these. I recommend that you get these things. They really help with bariatric surgery. And I use all my cereal in here too. Another ones that I have are these old-fashioned ones that were in the house when we moved in. And these, I imagine, I think they might have had a cover on them to begin with. Maybe they were jam jars in the olden days and they just kept them. But these are really, really old bowls, and I use these things. They also hold a cup. And I eat all of my cereal, all of my soups in these things. So I don't overeat. And because even one bite for me still makes me sick. Another thing that I use on a regular daily basis is if I use a plate, I use a small one. Do you like my plates? These are grocery store plates. I got them at the grocery store. Like every week you go in and they have a new special? Yeah, I did the whole set. So I have these, and I've only got 5 of these left because they've broken over the years, but this is a small plate. I use this for my plate. And and this is the other one I use for my plate, and I do this when I want to feel special because this is my girlfriend's plate that lived here before I did, and I kept this plate because I thought it was beautiful. So because sometimes you just want a beautiful plate. So another thing, I went to the grocery store in Hutchinson at Cashwise, and they had a silverware deal, just like they had the other grocery store that I went to that had the plates. And at that silverware deal, they had a set of children's silverware. Now look at the size of these. These are little. This is the knife, okay? And this is the fork. It's just a little tiny fork. And then this spoon, which is like a little, it's just rounded on the top. So I use those all of the time. And it just forces me to think that I'm getting more food than I actually am. And so it helps me, and I just love them. I use them more than my grandchildren ever have, because these are awesome. Now, I was looking online, and I think you can get sets online. They're small. They're about 6 inches, I would say. Yeah, 6 inches. They're about 6 inches long. And so I recommend having those also, because it just forces you to think small, or it forces me to think small. I use those all of the time. And so even when, even with my major meal, I don't eat a big fork. I use a big fork. Because when you do a big fork, a bite on here is a lot smaller than a bite on a big fork. And so it really has helped keep my consumption down when I want to overeat. And you know the things I overeat on is macaroni and cheese, pizza, which I don't use the fork normally for, but and another thing that I would overeat on is like cereal in a bowl. So that's why I use the small bowls and these bowls, especially if I think I'm gonna have a restriction. So those are some tips that I recommend. And it's just, I know that they've told us to eat on smaller plates, but if you're eating with this small silverware on a small plate, it doesn't seem like you're missing out on anything. And so maybe it's just a psychology thing, but it just psychs you into thinking, okay, you don't need all that extra food. So, and the funny thing is even if I take extra food, I end up giving the rest of it to my husband because I can't finish it. So for me, it's perfect. So anyway, any other thing I can think of? Let's see. Comfortable clothing. I have not been wearing my bra that much because the bra has a tendency to push down on this compression garment that I have. So I have not been wearing a bra, and I'm not going anywhere. When I go someplace, I put the bra on. When I come home, I take it off. I think because I'm still swollen, I've not been able to wear my jeans, and that's probably a good thing because it cuts me off. So I did buy some leggings that were really loose. I was wearing those at my last video. I think they look like snakeskin or something. And those are comfortable. Otherwise, I'm in my pajama pants all the time when I'm at home. And they're really big on me. I actually have to roll them down because they're so big on me. But my compression garment, though, because it's starting to lose some of its tightness, it folds over and wrinkles more than it used to because the swelling has gone down. And so I'm constantly tugging at it. So that's why I'm thinking I probably should buy another compression garment. Now, I did not wear it this morning, and I immediately could tell that I was swelling up. So I still need it a month and a half out from surgery, a month and 10 days out from surgery. So, don't hurry that process, I don't think. And I think those of you who've had, especially the muscle repair, you'll know that you can feel it. And so there's no hurry for this stuff. So just go ahead and use it. So anyway, so that's my update for today. I can't think of anything else that I could tell you. I've been watching Dory. Thank you very much for your videos, Dory. And Patrice, I'm glad to see you're doing well. I wish I was in my 30s again. I'm not. So I'm almost gonna be hitting 60 here in 2 years. But the one thing I did tell my doctor, and I probably talked about this before, but not a lot of people watch my videos, so I'll repeat it. I told my doctor that I kind of regret not having done this, because if I showed you this, let me see if I can show you this. Okay, if I show you this, I have a lot of extra skin here under my arm, and I can't find a bra that covers that all the way up to my arm. So, and then I get this back fat on the back. And it's not that my bras are tight because I'm not wearing one, but it's that extra. And so I kind of wish I had that done. And I kind of wish I had my thighs done. One or the other in the surgery would have been great. My husband would have liked me to have my breasts done, but I told him he had to pay for that. So he didn't do that. So, but the doctor did say he'd give me a deal if I come back to him to have any more surgeries. And so I will probably go down to the same doctor. And get that done, but it's gonna be a while. I have to pay this surgery off. So Anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. I challenged Lisa. I don't know if Lisa watches my videos at all, but Lisa got a Fitbit, and so Lisa and I had a challenge this weekend, and I had a really bad weekend as far as pain, so I did not get out walking as much. But now Lisa knows what the process is with the Fitbit challenges, and so maybe we can challenge each other again. There's a week-long challenge they call the Work Week Hustle, and then there's the Weekend Warrior Challenge, which is just the 2 days. So if any of you have Fitbit and want to join in, then just look for me on Fitbit. And I think my name on Fitbit is Yuta. I think it's Yuta, or maybe it's just Karine S. I don't know, but hit me up if you want to know my Fitbit thing, and we can challenge each other this summer to keep us motivated and moving and going. So yeah, so if you'd like to do that, then don't hesitate to get a hold of me and ask me what my Fitbit thing is. I will try to put a link down underneath that of the silverware that I was looking at online here. Melissa and Doug have some mealtime utensils, and so or toddler utensils. I don't like the really baby ones, but these ones look just like miniature silverware. And I'm trying to think which company this is. Heritage Mint Limited, stainless Vietnam. So I'm going to look that up here, and then I will put that link, if I can find these, I will put that link in the bottom, or underneath this video. So yeah, so all right, you guys have a good day and a good week. Maybe I'll come back later this week if I could think of something else. I think of all these things and then I don't write them down. And so maybe I will do that this week. I have to work on Thursday again and teaching art, so I won't be available on that day, but the rest of my week is pretty open. So, all right. Love you all, and thank you very much for following me. If you're following me, I haven't even hit 100 subscribers yet. It would be nice before the end of the year to get 100 subscribers, but I'm just not, you know, there's a few things that are against me, and my face is one of them. I'm not the most attractive person, so when people see me on the screen, they probably don't click. I'm not clickbait, that's for sure. And so, and then I really don't have, I'm just talking about my bariatric stuff. I don't have a lot of exciting things that I'm doing. I'm not doing, you know, like food things, and I'm not doing any anything else. So nobody really follows me. I think I have 79 followers. So those 79 followers are very, very valuable to me. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your comments. And I did make my video before the last one private, because I was afraid that there would be repercussions from what I said at the end of my video. So if you want that video link, I can add you to, or just subscribe to me, and then you can watch it. Because I have a tendency to open my mouth, put my foot in, and everybody gets mad at me. So I try to not say something that I could get repercussions for. But I was very, very upset that time. So anyway, it is what it is. And so we'll just go from here. All right. Thank you all, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good week. And I hope that you guys all are doing well as far as recovering from surgery and the plastics. And if you're still on your bariatric journey, good luck. Keep in there. I've been able to keep it off for almost 3 years now, so I'm really happy about that. So if you have any questions, just give me a write underneath, or ask me in one of your videos, because I watch quite a few of you. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone, and see you next time. Bye-bye.